Hello, everybody. My name is Danilo Bonilla. I'm one of the advisors at the International Education Office, and we want to give you a warm welcome to the GLOW session, Global Learning Opportunities Week. And let me change the slide in 1 second here. So this webinar is being pre-recorded, but you are welcome to type in your questions. Right now, you are obviously on listening mode only. And yeah, go ahead and type your questions throughout the webinar and type them once, and we'll get to them in order. And this webinar will be on the UCLA International Education website under the GLOW section, and you can see the website there. So a couple of details about this webinar. Okay, so welcome again. My name is Danilo Bonilla. I also have Charlie Ruano, who's the advisor for political science. In a couple of slides, he's going to go ahead and introduce himself. And again, a warm welcome. So at this point, I'm going to just go ahead and turn off my camera so I can go through the slides. Let's see. Okay, so again, welcome. We're very excited because this week, especially today, October 12th, is Global Learning Opportunities Week. And one of the things that I would like to talk about is the UCLA International Education Office. We are basically a one-stop shop for all study abroad opportunities, whether you want to do an internship abroad, a short-term summer program, fall semester, winter quarter, spring quarter, or the whole year. We are here to help you. We have many study abroad advisors and coordinators to help you choose among the 40 different types of programs, different types of countries and universities to choose from. And we can also connect you with study abroad returnee students and international exchange students that are here on this campus. And again, all of this information will be on the UCLA International Education website under the GLOW section. Okay, here is the agenda for today. We will go over some Study Abroad 101 refreshers. We will talk about how to study abroad in political science. We will give you some sample programs, coursework, and then again, throughout this webinar, you do have the opportunity to type in your questions and we will answer them as we go along. Okay, so a couple of things regarding the Study Abroad 101 refreshers. So in theory, you should have watched the Study Abroad 101. If not, go to the UCLA International Education website and you can click on the Study Abroad 101 webinar. And during that webinar, which is an hour long, they will talk about program types, credit transfer, the cost and funding of programs, the application process, and timeline. This specific webinar is basically dedicated to political science majors, and we will talk about the petitioning process, and we will give you an idea of where to go, which countries, which universities, which cities. And again, question and answers throughout the whole session. Okay. There are many types of study abroad programs. The first one that I would like to talk about is called the University Immersion Program. And that's where you study at a local university with local students, local professors. Again, a full immersive experience at local universities around the world. The other program is basically the UCLA faculty-led programs, which exist only during the summer. And those programs are very interesting because they are basically very experiential, on the go, and it's with UCLA students, UCLA professors. And again, it's only during the summer, and it's a very specific program. One could be maybe, for example, for history. The other one could be for sociology. So very specific faculty-led programs during the summer. The other program is internship programs abroad, where you're actually not getting paid, but you are getting UC academic credit. And so there's a combination of internship programs abroad during the summer and also research programs. So again, this is just 3 out of many programs that we offer here at the International Education Office. So regarding financial aid, yes, you can use your financial aid. Just make sure that you apply for FAFSA every single year. The deadline is usually March 2nd. Excuse me. And there are scholarships available. Make sure that you visit our website and apply for as many scholarships as possible. When to apply, you can apply, you would need to apply actually about 9 months before the actual program starts. Is it competitive? There are some programs that are first come, first serve because there is limited space, but the vast majority of our programs are not competitive and there should be plenty of space, especially if you're going to major universities abroad. When should you apply and register? So if you are interested in summer and fall programs or year programs of 2024, you would have to wait until the middle of October to the middle of November. That's when the applications and registration opens up. If you are interested in winter or spring programs of 2025, you would have to wait until February of 2024, and the applications open from February to October. By the way, all that information is on our website as well regarding deadlines and when to apply. So at this point, I'm going to hand it over to Charlie Ruano.
Hello, thank you. Hello, everyone. It's good to be here. I'm going to be the main person you're going to be speaking to for the courses that you take abroad that you want to use for the political science major. As it says there, I'm the political science advisor or the counselor here for the department. So anything that has to do with studying abroad for this major for poli-sci, it is going to be through me, and I can walk you through the process of what it's like to actually have a course you take somewhere else, obviously from another country, be used for the major requirements. We go to the next slide. There we go. Yes. So as it says here, studying abroad classes classified as poli-sci by UCEAP may be counted as upper division credit, but this is the important part, but does not count as departmental. So the difference between that is you take the course, let's say in London, it's a poli-sci course, and you come back. It shows on your DARS that you took the course, you got the units, it shows that it's a poli-sci course, but then you go down to your political science requirements, and it actually doesn't populate where it should be for the upper division courses or for the upper division units. So that's where you speak to me, and that's where these petitions come along. So one of two things can happen when you study abroad when it's in regards to petitioning. So for example, let's say you're studying in London and you take a course, you come back, and again, it's on your DARS and it's not there automatically. I have to physically make that change on your DARS. That's why it said it does go through me. One of two things happen. You reach out to me, hey, Charlie, I took this course at this school. This is what it's titled. Can you check if it's been pre-approved through our department? I know there's some lists on the websites that he's going to go over that show that some courses from poli-sci can be taken abroad, but they don't actually transfer over to our major. It's like a sifter. It comes to UCLA, but then I still have to sift through and see which ones can be used for our major. So you're going to reach out to me. I took this course here. This is the title. Can you check if it's been approved in the past? I'll go through my huge list. I wish I could show the list, but it has student information, so it is through me. And I tell you, hey, it's been approved. I go in your DARS and I move it. If it hasn't been approved, this is one of the two things that can happen. If it doesn't get approved, then you would actually have to petition for that course. It does say here this should be done as soon as possible when determining if a specific course can be applied. There are certain times you can apply. Some students apply before they study abroad, while they're there, or even after. All we need for the petition, and it can be found on our website at poli-sci.ucla.edu. It's a major course substitution petition. We need your petition with your name and ID number, a request. It's going to have to be at least half a page to a page. And the request, all it is you saying this course should count because A, B, C, D, and you give your reasons why. And the third thing is a syllabus. So again, a lot of students petition for them before they go because obviously, it costs money, financial aid does help, but it's a big commitment going to another country. And a lot of students assume it'll count for their major when they have to actually reach out to me first. So that's why they petition before they even go. I think the hardest part would be getting the syllabus from that professor, obviously from another country. But if you can do that, you can petition even before you go. And when you do go, again, it's not automatic. You take the course. it's added to your DARS, and I have to be the one that physically makes those changes. So yeah, it's a bit of a process, but again, I keep saying it over and over, it is through me. I know a lot of students hear from their friends, well, count it for them, it should count for me, or I saw it on a website. Please just, again, my name is Charlie Ruano for Poli-Sci. Please email me for any questions about studying abroad for political science specifically. Can we go to the next slide? There we go. So, simplest way to study abroad in the major. So courses should be at least 4 units to be used for our major. Anything less than 4 units, unfortunately for our major, they can't be used as upper division courses to fulfill the major requirements. Again, it has to be 4 units. And I'm going to keep saying it because I want to make sure that when you're watching this, you remember 4 units is a magic number for upper division requirements. And as it says here, you need the syllabus. We did update the petition process a little more where you have to actually, it's a Google form now. In the past, you would have to actually email me, send your petition to me. Now it's as simple as a Google form, your name, ID number, where you took the course, the title of the course, the syllabus. It's a lot more simple, a lot more streamlined for you all to know how to petition. And you can petition it for any poli-sci requirement that you feel that course should count. As it says in the last bullet point, there's the 6 concentrations. If you feel you're taking a course that maybe feels like it belongs under American politics, even though you're in London, you can specifically say that this course should count as a political science course that resembles American politics. And I would suggest reading the syllabus and putting that information in your requests to have a strong request. Because when the committee does read over your petitions, they do read your request, and that's how they kind of decide if that course should be approved. Again, there's no guarantee that it'll be approved. You are requesting to have that course be used for the major. That doesn't mean it's approved. So keep in mind, a petition does have a chance of being denied. And Danilo's going to go over some courses that actually from other schools abroad that have, I wouldn't say have a higher chance of getting approved, but that have been approved in the past, like London, Yonsei University, and universities like that. Okay, next slide, if we can go. So the first bullet point, please remember this too. A maximum of 2 courses outside of our department, meaning they're non-departmental, can be used for our major requirements. So all that means is there's 10 upper divisions for the major. 8 of them have to be taken to our department. You know how you enroll at UCLA, and it's titled Poli-Sci 132 or 140 or whatever it may be. 8 of them have to be taken here. You have a slot of 2 to use when you do study abroad. So what has happened in the past, students study abroad and they take, let's do a crazy number, even though this may not be you because it's a huge number, 6 poli-sci courses in London, and they come back, okay, cool, hey Charlie, I finished. Are all 6 of my courses on my requirements? And that's when I have to backtrack them and tell them, hey, keep in mind, you can only use 2. If you do study abroad and you reach out to me before you go and you ask me, hey, I'm going to this school, I keep using London, but you're going to London, sometimes I can even tell you the list of courses that have been approved through our department. Like I said, I can't share that list, but if you can tell me the name of the school, I can send you that. It's a pretty short list of each school that have been approved. So when you're looking for courses, oh, this one's approved, this one's approved, this one's fine. So again, a maximum of 2 can be used. And when you do come back from studying, it's not going to be automatic to be added to your major requirements. Again, it is going to be through me. You have to reach out to me for me to make those changes. Students are not restricted to taking courses abroad only in the major. Yes, you don't have to just to take poli-sci courses. I always tell my students, they get kind of in this box thinking they have to take only poli-sci abroad. Enjoy your time there. Take some other courses from a different field. Maybe they can satisfy GE, your minor, foreign language, or other upper division unit requirements, or simply just the upper division unit requirements to hit the 180 units to graduate. So, don't stay too constricted on only taking poli-sci courses. But I get it. Poli-sci courses are kind of difficult to obtain sometimes because of how impacted this major is. So I understand why students want to make sure they're used. But keep in mind, even if you take 10 courses, you'll have at most 2 that can be approved for a major. And again, if you have any more questions, please reach out to me. You can speak with your your other students around you, but I am the one that does have the final say on which courses have been approved and what you need to do to get approval. Go to the next slide, please. And here you go. Study abroad is possible as early as summer after your first year. So as it said at the end, start planning now to determine which term is the best for you. Again, some students petition before they even go abroad, just so they have an idea. If they do study abroad, they know which courses do and do not count for the major. Again, I deal with students every day about studying abroad, and they email me every day asking, I'm going to study here. Are these approved? And I'll send as much as I can. Worst case scenario, you email me and I say, hey, I'm sorry, unfortunately, no courses have been approved for this school you're going to. You would have to petition for them yourself. And again, it's a simple process. I'll say it one more time. You need the petition, your request that has to be at least half a page where you state your case on where that course should count, and then the syllabus. You need those three things to petition a course when you're studying abroad. If you don't have those three things, you'll most likely get an email from me saying, hey, you're missing one part of it. But that should be it for the poli-sci major. Again, I keep saying it over and over, please go through me if you have any other questions for poli-sci, studying abroad, and seeing which courses count, because I can easily tell you which courses can be used, which will need to be petitioned. And again, 4 units each, and you only get to use 2. Out of the 10 upper divisions, you need 8 here at UCLA. A slot of 2 can be used to study abroad.
So at this point, I do want to thank Charlie for giving us some very great information, and everything that he has said is also on the UCLA International Education website. As you can see up there, you click on UCEAP Academics on the UCLA IO website, and you'll see something called MAPS, Major Academic Plans, and we have them for a good amount of different majors and minors. And so just make sure that you review that, as well as some general guidelines. And let's see, let me go to the next slide. Okay, so at this point, I do want to talk about UCEAP and travel study. By the way, many years ago when I was a UCLA student in the 90s, I did UCEAP. I was a political science major with a concentration in international relations, and I was able to go for the whole year to Italy. So with UCEAP, the first program that I'm going to talk about, again, you can go for summer, fall, winter, spring. There are many, many options. Travel study, again, is a short-term program led by UCLA faculty only, and it's during the summer. So again, you're not obligated to study in your major. You can do a little bit of foreign language abroad. You can do general education courses, maybe something for your minor, or if you're just looking for upper division courses for your total graduation requirements. So definitely keep your options open. I'm going to go over some sample programs really quickly. The first one, again, would be through UCEAP. Again, you can go for summer, fall, winter, or spring, or year-long through the University of California. And with UCEAP, there are something like 40 plus countries around the world, and 170 plus universities programs as well. The first one, well, there is on the UCEAP search engine, when you click on study abroad for political science, you'll see that there are something like 103 UCEAP programs available. So definitely use this website, the one that's listed at the bottom there in blue, and it will give you a list of all possible options with political science. So one program that I do want to highlight is in Germany. It's in Berlin at Free University. They actually teach in English, which is really nice. And they have sample courses listed here. Again, these are some of the courses that students have taken out in the past. Some of them that will be most likely offered the following year. Again, always check with political science first. But yeah, they have some very interesting programs and courses like Islam and Europe, media, politics, contemporary Germany with a European perspective. So again, this tends to be a very popular program during fall or spring semester. The other one that is very popular is Korea. You can go for summer, fall, or spring semester. They also teach in English, and they have some very interesting courses. For example, the two Koreas, North and South, foreign policy. Most of these classes are upper division. Most of them are usually 4 or 5 units each. So this is another great popular option if you're interested in Asia. Okay, if you're interested, for example, in Latin America, we have one program that it's taught in English, and you actually study 7 weeks in Argentina and 7 weeks in Chile, in Buenos Aires and in Santiago. And this program has a specific theme. It's called Human Rights and Cultural Memory. And yeah, again, a very interesting program if you want to see both cities, for both cultures, and you are actually studying at 2 great universities, Torcuato Di Tella in Argentina and Alberto Hurtado University in Chile, which is really nice because you get to be with other other local students, but your classes will be with UC students only in English. So it's a little bit of a hybrid program, very popular program in Latin America in English. Okay, so here is just a quick sample of UCAP recommended programs. Again, there are something like 103 programs for political science majors, but these are the ones that usually come up top searches every year. Okay, the next program that I would like to talk about is the UCLA Summer Travel Study Program. And then again, this is only summer, faculty-led, UCLA faculty-led. And for faculty-led programs, there are currently 17 programs around the world. And as you can see with the yellow stars, those are the programs that we currently have. Okay, so there are no political science programs per se right now with UCLA summer travel study programs. But again, if you're double majoring or minoring in economics or global studies or history, sociology, Spanish management, you can go on these programs. So here is a quick list of some of the cities and countries that you can go through during the summer with travel study. And again, here's a little bit more detailed information. For example, if you're interested in taking German in Berlin, there is a program there, German language. If you're interested in satisfying your diversity requirement, you can do sociology abroad, upper division sociology in New Zealand, in Wellington. Or, for example, they also have an Argentina program if you want to satisfy, again, also your diversity requirement or maybe foreign language. There are upper division courses in Buenos Aires, Argentina. That program specifically is called Taking It to the Streets. So again, a lot of diversity, variety in programs during the summer with UCLA faculty. Okay, the last program that I'm going to be explaining is the UCLA Summer Global Internship Program. And this program, you do not get paid for, but you do get academic credit, UC academic credit, and it happens during the summer only. So basically, most of the programs usually start around the middle of June, and they will end by the middle of August. And basically, there are 8-week internship programs, and along with that, you do have to take 10 weeks of a course. The application will open up on October 23rd, and it will close on November 27th. So definitely keep an eye out on those dates. And there is a deposit, so just be aware of that. And again, this is the locations and the cities of the global internship programs. The mandatory course that I was talking about, it is 4 units, and it is called the internship course. Along with that, you can take another 4 units, which is basically the intercultural communications in global workplace. So, and along with the course, you do the internship, and the internships are usually maybe about 30 hours per week, roughly. It kind of varies from city to city, from country to country. And then if you are in political science and you want to do something with political science, these are programs and universities or programs and countries that you can go to. For example, Colombia, Argentina, Ireland, Vietnam, the Czech Republic. And if you click on the blue link there, you can see a video, last year's video, and we'll put a new video there of all the political science options with the Global Internship Program. If you are interested and have questions, we do have two people to help you directly with those questions. The first one would be Andrew Bottom, which is the Associate Director. His email is on the screen. And there's also the coordinator, Ana Arellano, and they will be having info sessions also the week of October 23rd through the 27th. Again, this is a very unique opportunity to do an internship for credit during the summer. Okay, so basically that is our presentation, and our office is located in Murphy Hall in the first floor, room 1332, and you can give us a call. The phone number is on the screen, or you can send us an email. And also, please try to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, all the social media venues. And also, if you are interested in one-on-one advising, we can do that. You can come to our office, or you can do that virtually through Zoom. We organize many drop-in sessions, whether it be one-on-one or as a group. So basically, that is it for my presentation. Charlie, are there any other things that you want to mention? Any closing statements, anything like that?
Yeah, I just would like to say for students to go to our website at polysci.ucla.edu, or they could just Google political science UCLA and try to find the major course substitution petition. And it basically goes over everything you and I spoke about how to petition and how to have your courses approved. So once again, it would be under the major course substitutions petitions tab, and it'll have the petition there, how many courses you can take abroad, and again, basically everything I stated. And again, if you ever have any questions for political science and studying abroad, please reach out to me, and my contact info is also on our polysci.ucla.edu.
So yes, thank you again, Charlie. I really appreciate it. Very informative information. And yeah, definitely reach out to us. We're here to help you. And hopefully as a political science major, you can study for summer, fall, winter, spring, or with more advanced planning, you can go for the year. So again, that's it. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. And thank you all, and have a good week.